My family, the UK tabloid media has lost their minds. They are pissed off. They are angry. There is backlash in the UK tabloid media because Meghan has used her voice. And my family, as we all know, tabloids are so hooked and obsessed with Prince Harry and Meghan. They are hooked and obsessed. However, they blame Prince Harry and Meghan because tabloids are obsessed with them. And that Harry and Meghan want absolutely nothing to do with them. And my family, the latest attack against Meghan is coming based on the fact that Meghan said in an interview for the Cat magazine, in which she graced the cover, said this, and I quote, "Even if she and Harry have stepped back from their old duties, Meghan is still very aware that people see her as a princess." Meghan said this, and I quote, "It's important to be thoughtful about it because even with the Oprah interview, I was conscious of the fact that there are little girls that I meet and they're just like, oh my God, it's a real life princess. But her ambitions for herself and the little girls who look up to her are more than to marry into a position." I just look at them, at all of them, and think, you have the power within you to create a life greater than any fairy tale you've ever read. You have the power within you to create a life greater than any fairy tale you've ever read. I don't mean that in terms of you could marry a prince one day. I mean you can find love. You can find happiness. You can be up against what could feel like the greatest obstacle, and then you can find happiness again. And tabloids have lost it because Meghan has said that she is a princess. And yes, tabloids, yes, a biracial woman is a princess, and she is married to Prince Harry, your precious prince whom you think you own. Yes, Meghan, a biracial woman, is married to a prince, Prince Harry, and they have 2 children, Archie and Lilibetana. Tabloids would not want to hear this. Do not want to be reminded that a biracial woman has married into the royal family, because the tabloid media cannot control their racism towards the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. And my family, it's high time they get reminded of that. It's high time we sing it to their ears that Meghan is a princess. Yes, Meghan is a real life princess, because clearly they can't stand the thought of it. Clearly they can't stand it even one bit, that Meghan is a princess, and that Meghan, knows that people, girls that she meets, view her as a real life princess. Because tabloids are going on about, Meghan and Prince Harry have stepped down as senior members of the family. And so guess what? Harry and Meghan have, abandoned duty. My family, no one does hypocrisy than the tabloid media. No one does hypocrisy and even more lies more than the so-called carnival of so-called experts and the firm that tabloid media do the bidding for. My family, Harry and Meghan wanted to continue helping the royal family, serving the royal family, despite the abuses, despite the insults. They wanted to help. And the royal family said, hey, look, you can't be half in, half out. And Harry and Meghan chose their mental health, because abuse is not duty. Abuse is not duty. Some people think that duty means taking abuse. Duty means working with the people who call your children the N-word and demanding a mother gives you a picture of their children. They clearly don't know at all one bit what duty truly is. So my family, I want to do this today. Let's define what duty truly is. Duty is a moral or legal obligation. Duty is a task or an action that one is required to perform as part of one's job. And my family, perhaps tabloids think that duty means handing over, pictures of your children, people who abuse your children. Meghan has already said this: I will not play that game. If you can make sense of the fact that a mother or a father are required and demanded to hand over pictures of their children to people who call their children, their kids, the N-word, to give their children, to hand over their kids to them. Meghan asked if you can make sense of the fact that the firm requires you to hand over the photos of your children to the rotter that calls your kids the N-word. Then Meghan has said she's willing to play that game. But the thing is, my family, it doesn't make any sense. The requirements of the firm and the rotter themselves do not make any sense. And my family, some people believe that Prince Harry and Meghan will budge, that if you bully them, they'll fall in line. But that clearly, with Harry and Meghan, it's not working and shall never ever work with Harry and Meghan. And it's high time now tabloid media backs off of Prince Harry and Meghan and leaves them alone, stops harassing them and bullying the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Because for some Karens, it seems that Meghan has ruined what they believed that, if you marry in the royal family, you have a fairy tale lifestyle. Meghan's destroyed all of that for them. Why? Because Meghan said no. Meghan said no to abuse, said no to racism in exchange for a tiara, in exchange for taxpayer-funded money, which she and Harry themselves were being bullied over a $2.4 million renovation that for a queen, for property belonging to the queen, for doing renovations on that property, belonging to the queen once again. My family, the writing is on the wall. No one does hypocrisy more than the tabloid media. And duty does not mean that a wife to Prince Harry, a biracial wife, would have to put up with abuse and hand over photos of her children to the rotter. And that's called duty. Because that's what tabloids want. You give them access, they give you good press. But why would a father give access to their children whom they love to people that racially abuse their children, Meghan and the kids? Why? It does not make any sense, right? It doesn't. And that's why Prince Harry and Meghan are not and will not play this deadly game. Now the article continues by saying this: Meghan's Harry, or H as she calls him in anecdotes, or my love, I love that 100%. Meghan calls Prince Harry my love, as she refers to him when he's standing in front of her, as he is now in navy blue athletic shorts, a t-shirt and no shoes, has appeared from somewhere in the house to say hello. I stand up instantly, understanding the confusion Meghan must have felt when she first met the royal family. Am I supposed to shake his hand or bow or curtsy or salute? Do I call him Prince Harry, or what do I call him? Does he have a last name? As if to preempt any attempts I might make at curtsying, Harry extends his hands to shake mine and welcomes me to their home. It's very beautiful, I assure him, not calling him anything at all. We are fixing all these things, the pipes, but that's a whole story in itself, Harry explains, exasperated. That day before, while Meghan was on the photo shoot for this issue, Harry had been left to his own devices, he tells me. You were gone for like 10 hours yesterday, he marvels to his wife. Prince Harry wants his wife close and closer. Prince Harry wants his beautiful, remarkable wife, Meghan, close and closer. Even when Meghan is away for 10 hours, Prince Harry asked Meghan, "You are gone for like 10 hours yesterday." Prince Harry marvels to his wife. I love that. They are in love, and clearly they are very, very, very close. And tabloids, for one, are upset because of Harry and Meghan's love story. Because no matter what they've thrown towards Harry and Meghan, they haven't been able to destroy Harry and Meghan's marriage. They haven't been able to do that, my family. Meghan said no to the abuse, said no to this, what tabloid media called a fairy tale, when in reality it's not a fairy tale. Because staying in the UK was no fairy tale. Because of the bullying, the racism, the abuse, the incitement of hate, to the point that a mother, a pregnant woman with Archie at the time, wanted to take her own life. That was not a fairy tale. And Meghan, my family, has shown the entire world that marrying into the royal family is not the fairy tale it is. And that's what has riled off and pissed off tabloids, because they have painted that illusion that, when you marry into the royal family, that's it. You're cool. You got a fairy tale lifestyle. That's what they want to paint. And also, the hypocrisy is, tabloids themselves wrote articles, about Meghan, saying that Meghan can expect no fairy tale. Why? Because they had already determined that they were going to ruin her. That they wanted to destroy Meghan, and they were going to do it. And they almost succeeded when Meghan wanted to take her own life. And my family, that's why we are so thankful that Prince Harry and Meghan packed up. That was not a fairy tale. That notion of a fairy tale has been destroyed. Because the only way you get a fairy tale is once you leave and step out of the royal cast that calls itself a family. And my family, I love seeing Prince Harry and Meghan in love. Because if they stayed in the UK, I highly doubt if their marriage could have withstood any more than they already had taken at the time, because they had already taken a lot. And Prince Harry and Meghan already were being vocal about it, that this is too much. Too much abuse, too much racism, too much harassment, too much violations of Harry and Meghan's right to privacy. To which tabloids said Harry and Meghan have no right to privacy. That's what the so-called carnival of so-called experts said when Harry and Meghan were back in the UK. So that was not a fairy tale. And Meghan is telling all of us that any one of us can create the fairy tale that they want, the life that they want to live, a life of happiness, a life of joy. That's what Meghan is telling all of us. She says this, and I quote, "You have the power within you to create a life greater than any fairy tale that you have ever read." You can find love, find happiness, and my family, from Prince Harry and Meghan's words. When a husband says this, "You are gone for like 10 hours yesterday," he marvels to his wife. Prince Harry marvels to his wife. It shows just how much Harry and Meghan are in unison, together, and truly, truly in love. Meghan calls Harry my love. My family, tabloids saying that Harry and Meghan will get a divorce. Why? Because no one could ever have withstood that kind of abuse, that kind of vilification that Harry and Meghan were withstanding, and stay together. And Harry and Meghan did a very, very good thing, did the right thing by putting their marriage first, putting their life for one another first, and saying enough is enough with this toxicity. Enough is enough with all this racism. Enough is enough with this harassment. We are packing up, we are leaving. We choose love, we choose happiness. That's what we choose. not abuse disguised as being called duty by tabloid media and the farm. We have chosen love. And you can see that from Harry and Meghan, they are happy, they are overjoyed. If they were in the UK, I highly doubt their marriage, if they were still in the UK, I highly doubt their marriage would have survived. But now that they left the UK, it's clear Harry and Meghan are strong and stronger together than they've ever been. They have gone through a lot, so much that not many people who will be put in that position and survive it and take it like what Harry and Meghan have taken it. And I love Harry's words and I like using them. Whatever Meghan and I do together, we shall do together as one team. I know at the end of the day, I choose her and she chooses me. Those words by Prince Harry shows that despite what they've been through, despite what they've gone through, Harry and Meghan choose one another. And you see that, how much Harry and Meghan are in love, how much they love their kids, and in love with one another. They have chosen love, and we all should choose love. Love shall always triumph over hate. And the article continues by saying this. Meghan says this: tell her the first thing you said when you got back last night, he says. Turning to me, she said, I'm not a model. I was like, no, you are, of course, you can be a model. And she's like, I'm a mom. And it's like, you can be both. Harry says, earning himself so many points. Now, in October of 2020, the couple launched Actual, a company for their post-royal pursuits. Thus far, it has 3 divisions. The non-profit that puts compassion into action, according to the website, Actual Productions, which oversees the Netflix deal, and Actual Audio, which oversees the Spotify deal. The two run Actual from their shared home office, from 2 plush club chairs placed side by side behind a single desk, facing into the room like thrones. I love that part. Facing into the room like thrones. King Harry and Queen Meghan. I love that. Whatever Meghan and I do, we shall do together as a team. Prince Harry has always remained true to his words, and I respect him even more for that. Now, Prince Harry says something special. But this part, I would like to say it in our next podcast. But let me mention it briefly. Most people that I know and many of my family, they aren't able to work and live together. Harry says in passing as I take a peek at their command center. He enunciates family with a vocal eye roll. It's actually really weird because it seems like a little pressure, but it just feels natural and normal. How he and Meghan work together, work and live together as a lovely couple. My family, there is something in what Prince Harry has said that we'll be speaking about in our next podcast. We shall speak about it in our next podcast. My family, with that and so much more. What do you think about all of this that Prince Harry and Meghan, have said? I want to hear your opinion about all of this. My family, you have the power within you to create a life greater than any fairy tale you've ever read. My family, choose love over hate. I want to hear your opinion about all of this. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video and don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our evergreen family on YouTube. Meghan has a lot of things that she said in this interview, and as I continue sharing it, it continues getting even more juicier. And I love how tabloid media have been so pissed off at it. My family, I'm glad that Meghan is using a voice. And when the tabloid media is pissed off, you know you're doing the right thing. Family, stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.